Welcome back to Hot Mess Help Desk, the podcast where campus professionals admit we're also just figuring it out sometimes.
I'm Lainey Kay.
And I'm Maya Ice. Today's episode is for the first-gen students, commuters, and anyone who's absolutely freestyling college. So like me, circa 2017.
We're joined by Dr. Zachary Pilot, who works closely with first-gen students and knows what it's like to navigate higher ed without a roadmap. Dr. Pilot, can you please introduce yourself, maybe tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why this topic is relevant to you?
But think elevator pitch. We're not about to sit here all day.
So a little bit about me. I'm a cognitive developmental psychologist. I've been teaching at the college level for officially 8 years, but I taught all through graduate school, so that was another 5 years. I've been working with undergraduate students for a very long time. My research ranges from stuff related to autism spectrum disorders to adverse childhood experiences, identity, emerging adulthood, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. A little birdie told us, aka LinkedIn, told us that you've done, I don't know, a TED Talk?
What?
And maybe gave a commencement speech?
What?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, let's hear about that a little bit.
So I gave a TED Talk last year at USI's inaugural TEDx event. And the topic of that was autism spectrum disorders and work I did with a student of mine at USI, Ben Fingston, several years ago, and Jillian Walker extended that work. We were exploring the double empathy problem, which is sort of the idea that autism spectrum disorders have been misunderstood, and perhaps some blame is to be laid at allistic people, people who aren't on the autism spectrum, misunderstanding those on the autism spectrum. So that was the focus of that talk. If you want another 15 minutes on that, check that out.
We'll put it in the description.
And then the commencement speech, that was for the H. Lee Cooper Award, which I won this last year for teaching intro psych, which, the topic of this podcast, a lot of first gens, a lot of non-traditional students, a lot of commuters, a lot of people trying to figure out college for the first time. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's also online.
Okay.
Give you the link to that.
Just for giggles. What do you think your rating is on Rate My Professor?
What's the scale?
5 is the highest.
4.
4.2. Okay.
Wow.
Pretty close.
Ooh, top tags. What do you think?
I don't even know what this could possibly be.
Oh.
They're actually incredible. Ready?
No, I mean, how many people are even doing this?
Who cares? Listen. Amazing lectures. Lecture heavy, test heavy, accessible outside of class, and hilarious.
Oh, that's true. Obviously.
And now he has the people to back it up. The people have spoken.
Weird, though. It does look like your mom did rate this.
Especially the hilarious one.
She don't think I'm funny. So.
Okay, so let's start with a quick check-in. What's one thing about college you wish someone had explained to you sooner, like office hours, networking, financial aid, or literally what a syllabus even means?
For me, I wish that someone would have told me how student loans work and like how big they are. Like $20,000 is not a real number, but actually it very much is.
It really is.
But I did not understand that when I was 18.
Yeah. I mean, I was a non-traditional first-generation student and a commuter, so anything, any help.
Triple threat.
Triple threat. I just tell people I'm a triple threat and they don't really know what I'm referring to exactly.
It could be anything.
It could be anything. All right, Zach, what about you?
Yeah, I didn't really understand the finances of it, but I don't really regret that all that much. I guess for me, it's taking advantage of resources. I think for a lot of first-gen students, you are sort of stuck in a high school authority sort of situation. This is the instructor. They know it's best. I sit here, I go to class, I take my test, I go home. But that's not college. College is much more involved. There's a lot more layers, and I should have spoken to people. I should have. Man, I didn't go to a counseling center. I don't even know if we had one. I'm sure we did. But just awareness of resources that you don't have to use, but you should use.
Right. Because especially since you're paying for it.
Correct.
Right.
Let's get into it, folks. We have some questions for you. For students listening who might not know the terms, can you explain exactly what first generation and what non-traditional students means without making it sound like a fast food definition?
Yeah. So first gen students are anyone whose parents, guardians, whoever raised you, they don't have a 4-year degree. Neither of them have a 4-year degree. So, for example, my dad was a plumber, did not graduate high school. My mom did graduate high school, 1 year of vocational school for an LPN. So neither went to a 4-year university or graduated. Graduation is sort of the important part. That's a first-gen student. Non-traditional students, huge category. But really, it's just somebody who didn't immediately go to college after high school. Anybody from a 19 or 20-year-old who took a gap year to somebody like Lainey who maybe took more time before returning.
Cleared that up.
Yeah. I think there's some confusion there, right? Because I think you even asked me like trade school. Does that count if one of your parents went to trade school? Like, no, I don't think so. Right.
Yeah. So all three of us right now are first gen, right?
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, look at us go.
That's what we meant by triple threat. Why can college feel extra overwhelming when you don't have that roadmap? Like no one at home who's done this before, no example to follow. This is a pretty straightforward question, but let's talk about it a little.
I mean, people have tour guides. People have guides for a reason. It's really difficult to do things for the first time. It doesn't really matter what it is. So it helps to have somebody who's done it before you to show you how to do it best, what kinds of things to avoid, stuff like that. As far as universities go, man, they're hard to navigate. They're huge, generally. There's all kinds of buildings. People sometimes don't communicate great in between those buildings. We call that being siloed. Lots of places in universities are siloed, but it's just really hard. There's a lot of things that first gens and even just high school students who may not have been super aware, non-traditional students, whatever you want to call it. There's tons of jargon. There's lots of in-group words. There's all kinds of positions that just really don't exist outside of university. Like, what is a provost? Who cares, right?
I don't know.
Students are like,
I couldn't really.
Yeah, right? Like,
students are like, did we have a provost? Like, no idea.
yeah, right? Deans. These things don't exist. They only exist in one place. And beyond that, Maya, you said FAFSA. Do you know what FAFSA stands for?
Maybe financial aid.
Financial aid. I don't know.
Student, something.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I
don't have it off the top of my head, that's for sure. The money people, the loan people.
Yeah.
So, and that's everywhere. It's the hidden curriculum. Those kinds of things are difficult to pick up without somebody who's been there before.
Right.
For sure. Let's talk commuters. What are some challenges that students who live on campus don't always see or think about when they might come across a commuter student?
I wasn't a commuter myself. My sister was a commuter for at least her graduate degree, and I think she went to a community college for a few years before transferring as well. And a lot of people commute to save money, or because they're going to a local school, they don't need to necessarily stay on campus. But man, it is really hard for commuter students to feel a sense of belonging on campus. If you are only coming to school to take your tests, to go to lectures, do your labs, whatever it is, and then you go home, you're only associating school with stress, with deadlines, maybe failing to meet expectations sometimes. Those are a lot of not awesome associations with the place. And it may be more difficult to drag yourself out of bed to go to those places. So as difficult as it is, and oftentimes college students in general, first gens commuters are working other jobs, especially at universities like ours. And I know time is scarce. but you got to do something fun, right? You have to find another fun association to make on campus, whether it's a club or a sporting event or intramurals or whatever it is. Give yourself a nice reason to go to campus,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Have different associations, not just tests and lectures and having to find a parking spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so some students grow up dealing with a lot of family stress, instability, or, needing to grow up fast. How can some of those past experiences show up in college in ways that students don't expect, right? And you've done some work with ACEs, so can you maybe answer that question, talk about ACEs a little bit, what ACEs is exactly, and how students with more ACEs maybe have a harder time in college, or again, how that kind of shows up for them?
So when we say ACEs, more acronym, more jargon, this time in psych, I guess, but ACEs are adverse childhood experiences. And they can range from all kinds of different things. Been a lot of research on ACEs over the last 20, 30 years. But adverse childhood experiences can be anything from what you'd obviously expect, like abuse, neglect, things like that. And more recently, there are different kinds of things like institutional ACEs that are looking into like institutional racism and experiences of racism, things like that. So there's a wide range of things that can be ACEs. A lot of the research shows that individuals with 2 or more, 3 or more, really multiple ACEs have some long-term negative consequences. There are physical health consequences and there are mental health consequences. Particularly anxiety and depression are more likely in those groups as far as this podcast goes. So how does that affect college? How does that interact with either a first-gen profile or living at home? If those things happened at home...
That's a big one. Yeah.
Obviously, it's still there.
Yeah.
And those, I'm talking about negative associations, that environment hasn't changed. So if that environment produced those adverse experiences, you're still in it. And those are additional stressors on top of the new stressors that college brings, like deadlines and increased workload and less time, things like that. If you have left home, now you've got a new environment. Now you may be having to make new friends, find new supports, do things like that, and doing it from a place that perhaps wasn't the most healthy to begin with. And regardless of what situation that you might find yourself in, if you have ACEs or if you've experienced those kinds of things, man, the first stop should be the counseling center.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself for that stress. Create those supports. Create a game plan for when things do get difficult, or if you do have trouble finding or making social supports.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So on the flip side, what strengths do first gen and non-traditional students often bring that maybe deserve more credit?
So great question.
Oh, thanks.
So I've been teaching classes for a long time, and it's always kind of a delight to have a non-traditional student in the classroom. They're usually try to hide themselves a little bit or a little, I don't know, shy to be there. Maybe they feel out of place. Like, well, I'm not fresh out of high school. I don't fit in, or are they going to talk to me? Usually those students have a very clear idea why they are in college. They have lived a little bit more life. They know what the workforce is like, and they know that I got to go to school to do this thing, to get this job, to have the life that I want. It's not just an obligatory next step. It is a purposeful next step. So they tend to take class a little bit more seriously. Their work gets done early, things like that. So non-traditional students are usually great students, and I wish they would chill out a little bit. And college is for everyone. So be comfortable, be yourself in that environment, obviously, that you belong in the classroom. For first gens, been thinking about this question because you guys are kind enough to send some of these questions beforehand. And the easy response would be, well, first gens are resilient. They have to forge a new path and figure things out yourselves. But I think that's romanticizing it a bit. And the research doesn't really bear that out. Sure, some first gens are resilient, but not all of them. I think my lived experience answer would be, if a first gen student is able to call campus home, is able to fit into a place, then they're in, man. Like the confidence and sense of belonging and buy-in for the university isn't taken for granted as a first-gen student. So I think first-gens might be more appreciative of the college experience writ large. Sometimes that may mean they don't push for things that they should have, or, argue for a grade or something like that. But in general, they don't take the college experience for granted.
Like that. That was a good
Nice.
response, too.
Good answer. Good answer.
So, again, a pretty straightforward question, but I think it's important to bring up. So, why does asking for help feel so hard for students who have always had to rely on themselves?
I mean, asking for help in general is hard, right? Especially if you don't have supports, or if you've had to rely on yourself. You just literally haven't done it a lot. And this is, why is it helpful to have a guide? This is the same question. If people haven't modeled getting help, if people haven't modeled asking for help, you got to figure it out for yourself. How do you do it? Who do you go to? This is more of like a dude thing, like a problem with masculinity. But there's a lot of times for students that I sort of got to be like, man, you are entitled to the help. Like the system is providing the help for you, or students who have disability accommodations. So like, oh, well, I've got this diagnosis, but I don't want to take advantage of the resources I'm entitled to. Like, you have to. What are you doing? Please. So, asking for help is hard. People who ask for help and utilize resources, it's normal. It has become normalized for them to do so. And for a lot of first-gen students, or students who are used to doing things by themselves, it can be, I don't know, it may be experienced as a failure of some kind, right? I am not good enough. I am not strong enough. I am not capable enough.
Right.
Which is obviously not true, but got to have examples of situations where people normalize using resources.
Something I think about too, like as you were kind of talking about all this, there's some students too that have asked for help and people have been unreliable or disappointed them in some way. And it's like that just reinforces that kind of hyper independence. And I mean, learn to trust. And that means, again, being vulnerable and things that we talk about a lot in the therapy room and on this podcast, is allowing yourself to be vulnerable and have that opportunity to learn how to trust others. That's a step in the right direction. So,
And in these classes, I'll have students that, well, I went to a therapist and that didn't work, so psychology is bad. Or like, so I guess I'm the one person that therapy isn't for. And a thing that I say in intro all the time is like, man, there are bad doctors, there are bad psychologists, there are bad firefighters, there are bad accountants.
Unfortunately.
Because some people are bad stuff. But that doesn't mean that therapy doesn't work for you, or that doesn't mean that the resource isn't a good resource. Maybe that wasn't the best advocate for the field.
Yes, there you go. Love it.
So there's this unspoken pressure to not fall behind. And I think this can kind of go with all students, but maybe particularly first-gen, non-traditional commuters. What would you say to a student who feels like everyone else got the syllabus for life and they didn't?
I think, now dating myself,
Please do.
I will.
Hey, I did earlier, so it's okay.
Yeah, but you're younger than me, so like...
By
So
like
cool.
a decade.
It's cool for me to do
it's
it.
like not even...
They're like, oh my God, she's so young.
Social comparison, man. Why does it feel like everybody else has a syllabus? They don't. It just looks that way. And they make it look that way on purpose. Because you're supposed to. You're supposed to know what's going on. You're supposed to look good. You're supposed to have it together. And now I've got 1,000 filters and social media things that can make it look like I do. And you don't get to see their inner monologues, and you don't get to see their struggles, and you don't get to see the missed assignments and the unmet expectations and the disappointments, because that would suck to see. So it's a curated experience. So I guess the first thing is like, well, they don't have it figured out now, right? They're perpetuating the idea that they do. Not maliciously, but beyond that, some people are having an easier time than other people. That's just reality. They may have better supports. They may have parents who have gone and done it before. They may be taking advantage of their resources. So I guess the first question is, are you using your resources? Are you speaking up and advocating for the things that you need? Or are you suffering in silence? Are you in your own head about it? Most people need help. The biggest regret, right, in the reflection papers at the end of semesters, I wish I had spoken up sooner. I should have asked questions earlier. I wish I had done this. It's like, yeah, man. Right? We're begging you to.
Literally.
Tried to tell you.
Yeah.
We are begging you
Yes.
to ask questions
Yeah.
and utilize resources. And if you need help, ask for it. It's literally our jobs to provide assistance in that way.
All right. If you, Dr. Pilot, could sit across from a first gen or commuter student who's exhausted but still showing up, what would you want them to hear?
I guess the first thing is to empathize, right? So exhausted but still showing up. The first thing I think about is someone who has a lot of familial obligations or a second job. I can't tell you how many students I've had that they are the caregivers for their siblings, or their aging parents, or they've had a parent die throughout the semester. It's like, okay, but they're still showing up to school. What do you tell them? I guess the first is to talk to somebody. The first is to ask for help, use those resources. It is difficult. The first thing is to validate. Yeah, man, this is hard, right? Especially if you're a freshman, right? Your first year in anything is usually hard. There's a lot of transition. But more globally, the takeaway is that college is for you. You are good enough, smart enough, but if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't get the help that you need, advocate for yourself, speak, fight for your education, fight for your experiences, then you'll never get to show people that you're good enough, that you're smart enough, that you can do it. Everybody can. Just give yourself a fair shot, whatever that means.
Cute. Love it.
Are we ready for myth versus fact?
Yeah, he doesn't even, he's ready, whether he wants to be or not.
Okay, so our first myth today is if you made it to college, the hard part is over.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's everybody knows the
You
hardest.
did it.
The hardest part is pre-18. Everybody knows that. Obviously not.
Okay, what about needing extra support means you're just not cut out for college? Sorry.
Obviously not true.
Right.
Everybody needs support.
Yeah, right. We've been kind of alluding to it, but
That's the
also
theme.
being very direct about it this entire episode. Please use your resources. You're paying for them.
Yes.
Even if you aren't paying for them, they are one of the few things that are worth paying for.
Yes. Yes.
Like your health is one of the few things worth spending money on.
Yeah.
If you don't ask for help, it means you're independent and strong.
Every successful relationship, right? It's made of two completely independent people. Barely interact and are very strong.
They don't ask for help.
No, they never rely on each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're moving on to self-care spotlight. What's one small, realistic step a student can take if they're feeling disconnected or overwhelmed? Nothing dramatic, just doable, easy step. What do you think, Dr. Pilot?
I mean, if you're in a class, say something to your professor, either before or after class, if you're feeling disconnected. I mean, if you can't make it to class, send an email. But if you're able to drag yourself to class, most professors are cool to chit-chat for a little after class. And that little bit of conversation can be enough to get you to the next class or finish an assignment, use a resource.
Yep. That was,
Nice.
yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't actually have to do it all alone, and not having all the answers doesn't mean you're failing.
Mm-hmm.
Ask your people. In case you didn't hear, in case you didn't get it before now.
Right.
Use your resources. All right. Well, thanks, Dr. Pilot, for joining the Hot Mess Party.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
College doesn't come with a manual, especially if you're a first-gen, non-traditional student or you are commuting in and out every day. If that's you, just know you're not behind and you are not doing this wrong.
You're doing something hard, and you're still doing it anyway. This is Hot Mess Help Desk.
2 counselors,
Total hot messes.
here to help you thrive.
And use your resources.
Before we go, a quick reminder. You don't have to handle everything on your own.
If you're a student here at UE, you can connect with us at the Counseling Center. Just call 812-488-2663. Email counselingservices@evansville.edu or stop by during office hours.
If you're not on our campus, check in with your school's counseling center or a local provider for support.
And if you ever feel like you're in immediate danger or are having thoughts of harming yourself or others, please call Public Safety to get in contact with a UE counselor or call 911 right away.
You can also dial 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's available 24/7 anywhere in the U.S.
You're not alone, and reaching out takes courage.
This podcast was produced by Student Media. Student Media is a student organization at the University of Evansville that utilizes design, photography, video, and sound towards experiential and academic learning in journalistic endeavors and storytelling. Student Media elevates the voice of the student body and connects the campus and community to important information and points of view. If you would like to donate, go to fireside.evansville.edu/donate to contribute to a program.